previously profiled how the MAPS initiative, passed by voters in 1993, catapulted a struggling Oklahoma City into the 27th largest city in the United States. A big reason why was sports, including serving as a central catalyst to bringing an NBA team to the city. The legacy of MAPS lives on and continues to have a big impact. Citizens passed the 4th edition of the program in 2019 by a landslide. 70% of the funds are dedicated to neighborhoods and human needs, including parks and athletic fields, youth centers, and a new multi-purpose stadium.
With our youth centers or our youth soccer fields, we're not trying to create the World Cup team of 2040. We know that if kids are involved in sports, extracurricular activities, they're going to succeed in life. And so there's a commitment in here to sports, youth sports. We as a community, if you had to point to one single thing that's changed us, it's the arrival of Major League Professional Sports in the form of the NBA and the Thunder, and we wanted to preserve that. But there's a whole nother facet of sports at the youth level where it just turns people into better citizens.
Welcome to the 6th annual Fields and Futures Bow Tie Ball. This has become one of the premier events in Oklahoma City.
We profile the impact of Fields and Futures every month on Power of Sports. Since its founding in 2012, it's rebuilt 30 fields across Oklahoma City, increasing participation in sports in schools across the city. The result? More athletes motivated to stay in school and pushing for more ambitious goals on and off the field.
We greatly appreciate your belief in us as kids and wanting us to have the same opportunities as everyone else.
We're doing it for an outcome. When I'm talking about attendance, we get more days in school. We have fewer discipline issues if you're on a team, if you're a student athlete. Your grades are better. It's these data keeps coming in. We're having 99% graduation rates if you're on a team. It's unbelievable, isn't it? And this plays out year after year. This is one of my favorites. 48% of the senior student athletes are taking AP classes. We are absolutely convinced that education and sports linked together have the power to build and change culture and transform lives.
The 2019 Bow Tie Ball celebrated the success, and who better to speak about the inherent power of sports at the event than NBA legend and Hall of Famer Bill Walton.
I'm dreaming of a world that could be and that should be, where everybody has the chance. Everybody has the chance who wants that chance to go out there and make something of their life. Our job is to make sure that they do believe that there is hope and that there is a future.
More Native Americans live in the state of Oklahoma than in any other state in America. The group represents more than 7% of the population across the Sooner State. Native people are the most underrepresented group within professional sports, with the exception of the National Lacrosse League, a sport that traces its origin back to the first people to inhabit North America. Describe the Right to Play program and what it is and where it's going.
Well, Right to Play is a charity really aimed and designed at deploying programs to the indigenous community, sports programs, sports-related programs. No sport speaks louder than lacrosse to the indigenous community. 10% of our player pool comes from indigenous community, both in Canada and the US. It's a sport that was invented by them thousands of years ago, and we've been partnered with Right to Play for well before I became commissioner. And we help them raise money through each of our markets. We do fundraisers throughout all 13 of our markets to help fund a lot of the programs that Right to Play deploy in the indigenous community, getting lacrosse sticks in kids' hands, coaching, tournaments, development, that type of thing. It's just a fantastic organization.